Good evening, all of you guys. Just let me know if my screen is visible to all of you and I am audible to all of you. Yeah. Okay, guys. So, as we discussed during the last week, we will be discussing the questions which has been shared with you over Telegram channel, right? And we will be discussing whatever the doubts you have in those questions that has been shared in the last week, right? So I have all the sets which I had shared in the last week with you open with me right now. So we'll start from set 5, right? So just let me know, guys, what are the doubts that you have in set 5. If you are able to see my screen, guys, I have just opened CSAT set 5 in front of you. Just let me know how, what are the doubts, in which questions typically you are having doubts in this set 5. Just one more time, guys, I would like to ask, are you able to solve the questions which has been shared with you? Because all these questions, if you are able to see, these are the questions which are your CSAT level, right? If you are able to solve these questions, you will be able to solve the questions which will be typically asked in your actual CSAT examination. So all these questions are with reference to your previous year's questions. Yeah. Fourth one you would like to solve? Get solved from me. Okay. I'll just solve the fourth question, guys. See, fourth question. Two individuals P and Q. Two individuals P and Q are running on a circular track at different constant speeds. Okay, so there are two individuals P and Q. They are running on a circular track at different constant speeds. Both starts from the same point at the same time. Okay, when P completes one full lap, Q reaches a point on a track that is 270 from the starting position. Okay, so what does this question says, guys? So you have one circular track. Okay, let's say this is the starting point where P and Q are starting their race. Okay, but what is happening? When P is completing one full lap, it means that when P is starting from this position and again coming back to the same position. So what is the angle that P has covered, guys? P has covered total 360 degrees of angle, right? And what in the same time, what they are talking about Q? Q has completed 270 degrees from the starting position. So basically, Q's position will be somewhere here, right? So they are talking about this angle. So basically, from the starting position, Q has covered this 270 degrees of angle, right? So as you know, guys, if I want to calculate the circumference, which is with respect to the angle, okay. So formula for that is what basically, let's say this is the circumference. So that is R into theta, right? So theta is the angle. So in this case, what will happen in case of both P and Q? So let's say if I want to calculate the path for P, right? Length distance for P divided by distance for Q. Okay. Basically, we have to find out the ratio for Q and P, right? So distance for Q divided by distance for P. distance for P, that will be equal to r into theta, because this will be the length of circumference, right? Length of circumference. So r into theta for this q person, right? And r into theta for this person P. Now, if you see, that is the same circle. It means this r will get cancelled because they are running on the same circle of the same radius, right? Now, what is the angle covered by Q? It is 270 degree. And what is the angle covered by P? That is 360 degree. Now, if you solve this will be 9 3s are 7, 9 4s are 36. So 3:4 is basically answer. So option A should be correct answer for this question. Understood? Okay. Now let's see the fifth question, guys. Someone is having a Akanksha. Let's see this fifth question. Fifth question says, in a series A B, A B C. Now, if you look at this series carefully, this series looks like A B, A B C, A B C D. Similarly, A B C D E, and this goes on and goes on, right? Now, what is the position of letter first? Okay, first K if counted from the left. Now you tell me, guys, if you have really understood this question. Okay, if I ask you what is the position of letter B, first B, so what is the position of the first B? So first B is at a position of 3, because at third position, B has occurred for the first time, right? If I ask you about C, so C's position for the first time would be what? It will be 4, 5, 6. So C has come for the first time when at sixth position. Now, if you are able to see, this is the first alphabet AB, then again starting from the first alphabet AB, again starting from first alphabet ABC. Similarly, for ABCDE, similarly, there will be the case for ABCDEFGHHIJK. Okay. Now, for that, guys, we will need to know what is the position for letter K, right? What is the position for letter K in alphabet if I start counting from the left? So, what will be that position, guys? What will be position of K if I start counting from the left? Okay, see. F is at sixth position. If you don't know, no, position of K I'm talking about. Okay, F, G, H, I, J, K. Right. So G will be at 7th, 8th, 9, 10, and 11th position, right? So K is at 11th position. Now, if you are able to understand the pattern here, okay, so this is basically set of first letter, then set of first two letters, set of first three letters, set of first four letters. Now, up to what position I have to go, guys? Up to 11th position I have to go, right? Up to 11th position I have to go. Up to, if I want to do it for E, then up to what position I have to go? Only fifth group, up to only fifth group I have to go, right? Now, if someone asks you what will be the position of letter of first E, so how do you calculate, guys? So E will be at fifth position if I start counting alphabets starting from A, right? So up to this position, what will be this? If I start counting from this 1, 2, 3 like this way, so that will be basically summation of natural numbers up to 5, right? So summation of natural numbers up to 5 is what? Summation of natural numbers is n into n plus 1 by 2, right? So 5 into 5 plus 1 is what? 6 by 2, right? So that will be 15. So for the first time when E will occur, that will be basically 15th position. Now we have to do it for K, right? So K is at 11th position. Now what will be the position for summation of numbers up to 11, summation of natural numbers up to 11? Natural numbers are basically numbers starting from 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, now I have to do the summation up to 11, right? So that will be basically n into n plus 1 by 2 again. So 11 into 11 plus 1, and 11 plus 1 is basically 12. So 11 into 12 by 2. So this 6, 11, 6 is 66. So for the first time when k will occur, that position will be basically 66. Okay. So this is the formula for counting the position. Okay. Because why we have used this formula? Because I can see that that is basically summation of natural numbers, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 up to 11, right? So 66 will be correct answer. Fifth will be B. Clear? Okay, guys. Now let's go to come to this CSAT set 7, guys. Just let me know what are the questions that you are having problem in this set 7. Question 2. Okay. Question 2 I will solve, guys. Alicia, I'm solving question 2. Just pay attention here. Okay. Question 2 says P is a prime number greater than 6. So for solving this question, guys, you should know what are the prime numbers, right? Can someone tell me what are the prime numbers? So prime numbers are basically such a number which has only two factors, right? And those two factors are one and that number itself, right? One and that number itself. How do we say these numbers? The first prime number is basically 2 because 2 is divisible by 1 and that number is 2 basically, right? So 2 has only two factors. It can be divided by 1 only and it can be divided by 2 only. I mean to say that when I say it is divided, it is divisible, I mean to say that when you divide 2 by 1, so you get answer 2 and remainder will be 0 in this case. Okay. When you divide 4 by 2, right? So you get answer 2. In this case, remainder is 0. But when you divide 3 by 2, right? So you don't get answer integer here, like we get for the first two examples, right? We got for the first two examples. So in this case, your answer will be 1, 2 ones are 2, 1, and your remainder will be 1. So whenever you are not getting remainder 0, it means that number is not divisible by the denominator, right? So in this case, we are talking about prime numbers. So prime numbers has only two factors. Then what are the prime numbers? The first prime number is 2. Second prime number is 3. Then skip, after that it is 5. Then it is 7. Then it is 11, right? Then it is 13. Then it is 17, right? Then it is 19. Again 23. Again 29 and 31 and like this. Okay, so if you just look at all these numbers, guys, if you just look at all these numbers, you will see that these all numbers have only two factors, right? This number has only two factors, 1 and 2. This has only two factors, 1 and 3. This has only two factors, 1 and 5. So these numbers, you will notice that they will not have any other factor other than 1 and that number itself. Such numbers we call as prime number. Now let's see, guys, what this question is saying. P is a prime number greater than 6, right? Greater than 6. So what are the prime numbers which are greater than 6? So I can see that all these numbers starting from 7, 11, 13, 17, all these numbers are prime numbers, right? Then when P is divided by 6, okay, when you divide P by 6, now let's divide it by 6. So when I divide 7 by 6, when I divide 11 by 6, when I divide 13 by 6, when I divide 17 by 6, okay, what are the possible remainder or remainders, right? Now in this case, guys, what is the remainder? 7 is not divisible by 6. So 6 ones are 6, remainder will be 1. Again, 6 ones are 6 and 11 is not divisible, so remainder will be 5 because 11 minus 6 is 5. So in the first case, you will have remainder 1. In the second case, you will have remainder 5. In the third case, you will have again remainder 1 because 6 2s are 12, 1 will be remainder. Here again, 6 2s are 12, remainder will be 5. If you take the next number such as 19, okay, when you divide it by 6, you will again get the remainder 1 because 6 3s are 18, right? Again, remainder 1. So if you are able to notice here, guys, there is possibility of only two remainders. The first one is 1 and the second one is 5. So it is only possible to have remainder as 1 or 5 when you divide any prime number which is greater than 6 and you divide it by 6. So in this case, correct option is option D. Okay, 1 is not prime number, Divyansh. because one has only one factor, right? One has only one factor. But what is the definition of prime number? It has to have okay, guys. Then what is the next question from this set? See, 2 is the first prime number, right? And 2 is the only even prime number. So all the prime numbers beyond 2, you will see that all prime numbers are odd, right? All prime numbers are odd. 2 is only even prime number and first prime number. Okay, guys. Then what is the next question that you would like to get solved from me? Third one. Third question, Pragya. Okay. I'm solving this, guys. Pay attention. A bicycle wheel is rotating at a constant rate of 10 full revolutions per minute. Okay. So what does this statement means, guys? Is so let's say this is a bicycle wheel. Let's say if it is starting to rotate from this position, so what is happening in 1 minute? In 1 minute, in 1 minute, it is having 10 full revolutions. So this is first revolution, then this is second revolution. How many such revolution it is having in 1 minute? So basically 1 minute is giving you 10 full revolutions, right? 10 full revolution. Now you tell me one revolution is how much degrees of angle? It is 360 degrees of angle, right? So basically in 1 minute, how much degrees of angle it has covered? 360 into 10 because it has completed 10 revolution, right? So in 10 minutes, sorry, in 1 minute, it has covered 3600 degrees of angle, right? Now if I ask you per second how much degrees of angle it has covered, right? How much degrees of angle it has covered? So I will have to divide it by 60, right? So in 1 second, in 1 second, it will be covering how much degrees of angle? 6 are 36. So 60 degrees of angle it will be covering in 1 second, right? Now, so it will take, yeah, how much time in seconds it will take for a wheel to rotate by 90 degrees of angle, right, from the initial position. So we know that now in 1 second, in 1 second, how much degrees of angle it is covering? 60 degrees of angle is covering. So if I want to just cover 90 degrees of angle, 90 degrees of angle, it means, so it will start from this position and it will move to this position. Now this angle is 90 degree. So 90 degrees angle cover करने के लिए how much second it will take? It will take 1.5 seconds, right? If you take a cross multiplication, it will be 1.5 seconds. So option B will be correct answer. Yeah. Next one, guys. Which is the next question from this set that you would like to get solved? This fourth one, how many got the option answer as option D? Okay, because in fourth question, I could say there is mistake in the answer. Okay, so see, guys, in how many ways 3 letters can be sent using 3 different email accounts? So let's say, guys, this is email account E1, this is email account E2, and this is email account 3 E3, and you have 3 letters. Let's say L1, L2, L3. Now what they are saying, in how many ways you can send these 3 letters with these 3 email accounts? right? Now, if I talk about the first email account, guys, how many letters you can send with this maximum? You can send maximum 3 letters, right? For the second account, you can again send maximum 3 letters, right? Because what they're saying, if each email account can be used any number of times, so there is no limitation. And this third email account can be used again 3 number of times. So you will have to take multiplication of all these possibilities. So in this case, your correct answer should be 27, right? Your correct answer should be 27. So this option B should be correct answer in this case, because just noticed that option D has been marked as correct answer. But in this case, option B should be correct answer. But when will be 125 correct answer? When instead of 3 letters, it would be 5 letters. So if it is having 5 letters, so from the first email ID, you can set maximum 3 letters. From the second email ID, you can again send maximum 5 letters. And from the third email ID, you can again send maximum 5 letters. So in this case, your answer would be 125. Okay, just note this thing, guys. Fifth one. Okay, fifth one I'm solving. Just pay attention. Fifth question I'm solving, guys. A metro line consists of 24 stations, including two terminal stations A and Z. Okay. Now what do they mean, guys? Is let's say your metro line is starting from A, then you have how much stations in between? You have total 24 stations in between, and the last station is Z. So basically, total stations, how much you have? Total stations you have is how much? These A and Z and 24. So basically 24 plus 2, counting A and Z into this total stations, it will be total 26 stations, right? Then what is the minimum number of different tickets, right? Ticket types required to allow the passenger to travel between any two stations on the line. So we have to calculate basically what should be the minimum number of tickets that has to be printed, okay, or that has to be formed, so that it will allow in passenger to travel from any station to any station. So what does it mean? Let's say if I want to travel from B to D, it should be possible. I want to travel from, say, B to X, so it should be also possible. And if I want to travel from, let's say, X to Y, it should also be possible. So there should be all possible tickets between these 26 stations, right? Now for that, you have to calculate how much minimum number of such tickets should be. Just like, for example, B to D is one type of ticket, D to B again one type of ticket, B to X is again one type of ticket, and X to Y is again one type of ticket. Now in this case, guys, as you know, this is typically a question of permutation and combination, right? So basically, in case of permutation and combination, okay, what is the only difference? In case of permutations, you select a certain number of things out of n number of things, and order between selected things matter in this case of permutation, right? Permutation may order matters. Now you tell me, guys, if I ask you the ticket from B to D, and if I ask you a ticket from D to B, will it be same or will it be different? Though there are only two stations B and D, but station ticket from B to D and ticket from D to B is different. So in this case, order where you are writing B and where you are writing D is actually a concern, right? These are two different tickets, even though there are same letters, they are same station, but ticket from B to D will be different and ticket from B to D will be different, right? So in this case, order matters, so we will have to use permutation. But when order does not matter, but when order does not matter, so in that case, we will have to use combination. But this is the question of permutation because here order matters. So you will have to decide according to question, according to the data in the questions, in which question it will be a concern of order, or it will not be a concern of order. So accordingly, we will have to use the formula. Now it is a concern here, so we will use permutation formula. So you have total 26 stations, out of which you will have to choose a ticket between two stations, right? So what is the formula for permutations? I'll write the formula for permutations. It is NPR is basically n factorial upon n minus r factorial, right? N factorial upon n minus r factorial. Now n factorial is this 26 factorial in this case, and 26 minus 2 will be 24 factorial, right? Now let's solve this. 26 factorial will be written as 26 into 25 into 24 factorial, and this will be written as 26 minus 2 is 24 factorial. So 24 factorial, 20 factor 4 factorial will be cancelled. So 26 into 25 is, it is 625 plus 25. So that will be 650. So 650 will be correct answer in this case. That is option C. Clear, guys? Okay, guys. Now shall we move to the next site? Kirito, are you having any doubt? Set 8, guys. Which 25? This is basic calculation, right? When you do 26 into 25, that you will get 650. And a 26 square, write as 25 plus 1 into 25 to make my calculations easier. So 25 ka square, no, which is 625 plus 25, that will be 650. See now, just let me know, guys, from these 5 questions, what are the doubts that you are having in these questions? Okay, question number 1. See now, guys, I'm solving this. Pay attention. Right, is divided into n identical smaller equilateral triangles. Okay, so what does the question says? So you have one equilateral triangular plate. Equilateral triangular plate means it will have all sides same. Okay, all sides of equal length and all angles will be 60 degree. Okay, so this is basically equilateral triangle, right? All sides are same. Now what we are doing, we have to cut into n identical smaller equilateral triangles. Again, if you are cutting this plate, then the small parts that you are cutting into, those should be again equilateral triangle. And then n must be divisible by which of the following number? Okay, so we are making n small parts out of this big plate. Okay, just see now, guys, I'll just draw a bigger triangle here. Let's say this is one equilateral triangle. Okay, now if you want to make equilateral triangle out of this, how you will do that? You will take a midpoint of this, again midpoint of this, and again midpoint of this. Okay, now you will just join the midpoint and next vertex of this. Okay, next vertex of this. Now, guys, how do we say this is equilateral triangle? Just wait a minute, guys. Yeah. Okay. See, now if I take a midpoint of this and if I join this way, okay, and if I draw this triangle here in between by joining all midpoints here, okay, I have joined all midpoints here. Now, if you are able to see, guys, we are able to form four equilateral triangle. This is first triangle, this is second triangle, this is third triangle, and this is fourth triangle, right? All are having same dimensions and all are equilateral triangle. Okay. Now, if I take this first equilateral triangle out here, guys, okay, if I take this first equilateral triangle out here, so this equilateral triangle would look like this. Now, what I can do again, I can again divide this equilateral triangle into four parts, right? I can again divide this equilateral triangle into four parts. Now, you tell me, guys, if I go on cutting like this, all equal parts, and if I make again the finally, if I make all these equilateral triangles, you tell me, guys, this n will be multiple of what? N will be multiple of definitely what? 4, because out of one triangle you are able to make small four equilateral triangle, right? Out of all these triangles you will be able to make four equilateral triangles. Now let's say, guys, out of these four parts that we have made into big equilateral triangle, and if I again go on making small parts, so if you are able to see, everything is going to be multiple of 4, right? Every final number is going to be multiple of 4. So if this n is going to be multiple of 4, so that means it has to be divisible by 4. It has to be divisible by 4. So in that case, your answer would be option B. Okay, so all of your equilateral triangles that will be formed by cutting large equilateral triangle will be always divisible by 4. Understood? Okay, next question, guys. Question 3. Yeah. See this third question, guys. I'm solving this, pay attention. Question third says, a small booklet is numbered consecutively starting from page 1. A single page is torn out and the number of remaining page numbers and the sum of remaining page number is found to be 415. Okay, so what the question is saying, you have one booklet, okay, which is basically a small booklet, and the page numbers are starting into that booklet likewise 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We don't know how much maximum number of pages it is having, but when you are breaking one page out of it, when you are taking one page out of it, okay, you are just basically turning that page, right, tearing that page. And let's say, for example, if you have a 5-page booklet, okay, let's say if you have a 6-page booklet, and let's say if you take a book page out of that, so it will basically take 2 page numbers, right? When you just turn one complete page, so it will take 2 page numbers out of it, right? So what is the sum of remaining page numbers now? It is 1 plus 2 plus 5 plus 6, right? So it is the sum of remaining numbers. Now, what we have been given, so we don't know the exact number of pages it is having, but after tearing one page out, the remaining page numbers summation is 415. Then, which of the following represents the correct page numbers of torn out page? Okay, so we have to find out what were the page numbers of that torn out page. जो page फाड़ दिया है, उसका page numbers we have to just find out. See now, guys, let's say if it is 10-page booklet, okay, let's say it is having total number of 10 pages. So what will be the total summation of pages without tearing any page? What will be the total summation of page numbers? So that will be natural numbers ka summation starting from 1. So that will be n into n plus 1 by 2, right? So if it is having 10 number of pages, so n into n plus 1 by 2 will be what? It will be 10 into 11 by 2, so that will be 55. So we have to, after tearing out page, we have to find out the summation should be more than 415, right? Before tearing out. Summation should be more than 415 before tearing the page numbers. Right. See now, guys. So if I take 20-page booklet, so 20 into 21 by 2, so that will be again 210. So it should be more than 20 pages. Right. Now if I take 30-page book, so it will be 30 into 31 by 2. Okay, so 15. How much this page number will be, guys? It will be 450 plus 15. Right. Again, I'm using calculation trick. 4 threes are 45 plus 4 ones are 15, sorry, 15 threes are 45 and 4 15 ones are 15. So it is 465. So 465 is just above 415. But if I take 29 page booklet, the summation would be 29 into 30 by 2, right? So it will be again 15. So what will be 29 into 15, guys? It will be 300 minus 15. So that is not again possible, right? Sorry, 450 minus 15, right? 450 minus 15. So what will be the summation now? It will be 435. So this is one possibility. But if you take, so if I take 29 page booklet, right? So the total summation would be 435. So I'll write clearly here for you. Okay. Now let's say we are having 29 pages. So total summation we are getting how much? 435, right? And if you are having 30-page booklet, the summation we are getting as 465, right? Now see guys, if you just check out the summation of all these page numbers which has been given into option, so what will be the summation here? 21 plus 22. In the first case, it will be 43, right? Again, in the second case, it will be 47, right? Again, in the third case, it will be 51, and in the second case, it will be 55, right? 55. Now you tell me, guys, is it possible to have 29-page booklet? Because if I even if I subtract 435 minus this smallest number 43, I will not get 415 summation, right? I will not get 415 summation. So it means that 29-page booklet is not possible, right? Now let's do it for 30. If it is 30-page booklet, and if I subtract a number from this, okay, if I subtract any number from this, so is it possible to have again getting a summation of 415? So if I just subtract 465 minus this 415 that we already know, so how much this summation will be? It will be 50, right? So 50 should be the summation of these numbers. But in any case, are we getting any summation such as 50? No. So 30-page booklet is again not possible. Now let's have 31-page booklet. So if I do the 31-page booklet, again, is it possible, guys? How many of you got the answer for this question? For third question, we have given answer C. Okay. So it should be 25 and 26. So in this case, this 415 should not be 415. It should be 414, guys. Okay. This was, I think, a mistake from my side. Okay. It should be 414, right? So if I take 414 as the summation of remaining pages, and if I add 15 to it, okay, sorry, this 51 to it, so this will be 465. So that will be definitely a 30-page booklet, right? That should be definitely a 30-page booklet. So 414 should be the summation of remaining page numbers. Got this now? Sunanda Mandal, did you get this now? Afreen? Okay, guys. Then next question, guys. Is there any other question? Any other question from this side? Question number 2. Wait, question number 2 is easy. See, question number 2 says, in a 50 over cricket match, in a 50 over cricket match, the run rate in the first 20 overs was 6.4. Okay, so total number of overs we are having are 50, right? And for first 20 overs, what is the run rate? It is 6.4. So in first 20 overs, okay, in 20 overs, how much runs have been made, guys? So that will be basically average into total number of overs, right? So that will be how much? 128, right? 128 number of runs have been already made. Now, remaining 30 overs are there, right? Remaining 30 overs are there, and we have to goal total. We have to score total 320 runs. So already 128 runs have been made. How much runs are remaining now? 192 runs are remaining, right? So for making 192 runs, what should be the average of each? Then what should be the average runs that has to be made in 30 overs? 192 divided by 30, right? So if you solve this, you will get 6.4 as answer. So option A in this case. Okay, guys, are you able to solve this fourth question? Fourth question I will solve because you will get to know the difference between permutation and combination here. Okay, I'll solve this question for you guys. See, there are four horizontal lines and five vertical lines. Okay, so let's say these are four horizontal lines and these are all parallel and equidistant from each other. So let's say these are four horizontal lines equidistant and parallel to each other, right? And five horizontal lines again parallel and equidistant, but forming a closed rectangular grid. So this is the first vertical line, second vertical line, third vertical line, fourth vertical line, and fifth vertical line, right? Now you are able to see a rectangular closed grid here, right? Now what does this say? It says what is the maximum number of rectangles that can be formed using these lines. Okay, so we have to basically see how many maximum number of rectangles that we will be able to form. See now guys, let's say if I take this first line and if I take this, so for taking any rectangle, how many lines you require, guys? For forming any rectangle, how many lines you require? You require four lines, right? You require four lines. So let's say, guys, let's say if I take two these vertical lines, okay, if I take these two vertical lines, so I will again have to take two horizontal lines. So if I choose these two horizontal lines, so I got one rectangle. Which is that rectangle? This is the rectangle that I just got by choosing two vertical lines and two horizontal lines. Now you tell me guys, if I call this line number 1 and if I call this line number 2, okay, for that matter, horizontal line 1, horizontal line 2. Or if I call this horizontal line 2 or horizontal line 1. Similarly, this is vertical line 1, vertical line 2 or vertical line 2, vertical line 1. So if I just change the name of lines, does it change the rectangle? Does it change the rectangle? No, because in the last question we were talking about that ticket wala question. So in that case, ticket from Pune to Mumbai and Mumbai to Pune will be different, right? Because different ticket will be printed for that matter, right? For that case. So in the previous questions that we saw, that we saw basically, order between selected things was a concern. Here, order between selected thing is not a concern because anyways you are getting the same rectangle. So in this case, you will use combination, not the permutation. So what is the formula for combination, guys? It is NCR, that is equal to n factorial upon n minus r factorial into denominator, because this r factorial is taking care of order which will not matter of selected things, right? Now see guys, you have total five vertical lines. You have to select two vertical lines out of it. What will be that calculation? Then it will be 5 factorial upon 5 minus 2 factorial into r factorial is 2, because you are selecting two line 2 factorial. So let's solve this now. 5 into 4 into 3 factorial upon this 5 minus 2 is 3 factorial. 2 factorial will be 2 into 1. This 3 will get cancelled. 2 2s are 4, 5 2s are 10. Right. So this is for vertical lines. You have 4 horizontal lines. Right. So you will select 2 horizontal lines out of this 4. So that will be 4 factorial upon 4 minus 2 factorial is 2 factorial divided by 2 factorial again. Right. So it will be basically again 4 into 3 into 2 factorial divided by 2 into 2. This 2 to the 4 will get cancelled, right? And this 3 into 2 factorial will be 6. So how many lines you will be able to form? You have total 10 possibilities for choosing vertical lines and 6 possibilities for choosing horizontal lines, right? So 10 into 6, 60 should be correct answer. So 60 यानी कि option A is the correct answer. Okay guys, did you get this now? Okay. Any other questions from these sets, guys? Question 2 from this. Question 2 that we have solved here. We just solved question 2. Question 5. Okay. Only one question is remaining out of this set, guys. Just see. What will be the unit digit of a number 758 raised to 618? Okay. See now, guys. For solving such question, you have to know that unit digit only depends on the last digit of this number 758, right? If for any question, because if you just talk about this, let's say if I take an example of 12, so 12 raised to 1 is what? 12. Unit digit is 2. 12 raised to 2 is what? So 12 raised to 2 is basically what? It is 12 into 12. So ultimately you are going to have unit digit as 4 because it is going to be 144. So because it is multiplication of last digit, if I take 12 ka cube, it is going to be this last digit 4 into 2 again, that will be 8. So last digit only depends, unit digit only depends on last digit of this number, right? Now let's see guys, let's find out the pattern in this case. So if I talk about 8 raised to 1, so unit digit you will have 8. If I talk about 8 raised to 2, unit digit will be 4 here. If I talk about 8 raised to 3, so again it will be 4 8s are 32. The last digit should be 2. Okay. If I talk about 8 raised to 4, in that case, again 8 to the 16. The last digit should be 6. Right. What I'm just doing, guys, I'm just multiplying this by 8, this by 8, again this by 8. And I'm getting this last digit. Right. This way. If I do 8 raised to 5, again it will be 6 8 is a 48. So I have started again from the same position. So 8 raised to 6 will be again what? 4. 8 raised to 7 will be again what? 2. Now you are able to see that, guys. We will repeat this pattern again and again. So for this first power, you have unit digit as 8. For the second power, so I'll write down this pattern here. For the first power, you have unit digit 8. For the second power of 2, you have unit digit of 4. For the third power of 8, you have unit digit as 2, and for the fourth power you have unit digit as 6. Again it will repeat this cycle, 8 4 2 6. Okay, so basically what does it mean? The powers which are divisible by 4, okay, there will be always unit digit as 6, right? Unit digit as 6. Now see guys, so for example, then again it means that 8 raised to 8 will lead you to the unit digit of again 6. 8 raised to 20, because it is divisible by 4, 20 is divisible by 4, यहाँ पे unit digit will be again 6. 8 raised to 200, it will be also unit digit of 6. Now let's see guys, we have power. How much power we are having? We are having power of 618. Okay, now in this case I will have to find out power which is divisible by 4. So let's divide it by 4. So 4 ones are 4, I'll carry over 2. 4 twos are, sorry, it will become 21. 4 fives are 20, this will become 18, right? And 4 fours are 16, so remainder will be 2 here, remainder will be 2. So it means that 400 and sorry, it means that 616 will give you remainder of 0. So if it is giving me remainder of 0, so what will be unit digit in this case? What will be unit digit in this case? I'll just rewrite this for you. 616 के power के लिए you will get remainder of 0. So what will be unit digit here? Unit digit, if it is divisible by 4, so unit digit should be 6. Again for 617, cycle will repeat. So again it will be 8, right? For a remainder of 1, and for a remainder of 2. So basically 618, so that will be 4. That will be 4, right? So 4 should be answer. 4 will be unit digit. That will be option B. Clear guys? Okay, so we have solved these questions from set 5, 7 and 8. There is one set which is remaining, the questions, basically the questions from sequence and series guys. So we'll solve those questions in the next session. Okay, if you have any certain doubts, you just post over the Telegram. Okay, I'll just solve these questions at the beginning of the next session from sequence and series. But these mixed sets, basically set 5, 7 and 8, I have covered all your doubts. Okay, so see you guys in the next session. But it is my humble request to all of you that you do solve all these questions which I'm posting on Telegram channel. It will help you a lot. Okay, and that is my promise guys. So see you guys in the next session. Till that time, keep solving the questions, keep studying, and make a habit of practicing CSAT questions. Okay guys, bye bye.